There we go.
I'm gonna go ahead and start sharing mine.
Yeah, we're just hitting 2:30 now. So I'll go ahead and get started. We might have some people join us because I probably hit start webinar 1 minute too early, but that's okay. Oh, I hit the wrong slide. There we go. Hi, welcome participants and all of you who might be watching this on recording. Welcome to IACAC's Virtual College Exploration for Illinois students. Those of you who are here live, there's a Q&A at the bottom of the screen so that you can ask questions and you can type those in at any time. The presenter will get to you soon after your question is asked, as long as they can finish their point. Your camera and microphone will be off, so we can't hear you or see you. The only way we know your questions is if you type them in the Q&A. There are more sessions that you can sign up for still through iacac.org. And the recording for this session, along with lots of others, are going to also be available at the same website. So please check that out. And without further ado, I'm going to stop sharing. And I'm going to hand this on over to Kayla from Western Kentucky. Thanks.
Thanks, Amy. Okay. So hello, everyone. My name is Kayla Lofton. I am the Diversity Recruitment Officer for the Office of Admissions at Western Kentucky University. So if you're joining me live, I really appreciate it. Or if you see this at a later time, since it's being recorded, I really appreciate you taking some time out of your day to learn more about WKU. So I know we don't have much time today, so we're just going to go ahead and jump right into it. Okay, so if you are not already familiar with Western Kentucky University, we are located in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Bowling Green is about 45 minutes north of Nashville, Tennessee, if you're more familiar with that. Bowling Green is home of the Corvette, so pretty much any Corvette car that you see all over the world, it comes directly from Bowling Green, Kentucky. We also have Fruit of the Loom, so the Fruit of the Loom headquarters is here. We have a few other regional campuses that are located throughout the state of Kentucky. So those include Elizabethtown, Fort Knox, Owensboro, and Glasgow. WKU is considered a safe community of America. We are one of 4 college campuses throughout the United States that have this title. This just means that we have some safety regulations that we have to meet every single year to ensure the safety of everyone on campus. So that includes students, faculty, and staff. And just a few examples, we have emergency towers that are located all over campus. We do have a campus police force alongside the Bowling Green police force. So, we have our own on campus. Lately, they've been doing a lot of trainings and things like that, just kind of in response to everything that's been happening over the summer, because the officers here, they really want to make sure that students feel comfortable coming to them if anything does happen, and just to build a positive relationship in the community and on campus. Okay, so as far as the size of WKU, as of right now, our total enrollment is a little over 20,000 students, but that does include everyone who attends on our main campus, our 4 other regional campuses that I mentioned on the previous slide, and also our students who take classes completely online, so students who had never planned to set foot on campus in the first place. Despite this number, our average class size is still only about 24 students. We know that giant lecture halls are not necessarily the best learning environment for students, so we really try our best to avoid that. And honestly, as you get into your major or your program of study, your class size will go down to about 17 or 18 students, depending on the program that you're in. We do have a 17-to-1 student to faculty ratio. This may not necessarily seem like a big deal, but trust me, this is really important because you want your professors to know who you are, because they're going to ensure that you're successful inside the classroom and beyond that. Okay. So as of right now, WKU currently offers over 150 academic programs at the bachelor's degree level. This is so great because whatever it is that you may be interested in studying, we most likely will have a program that's for you. So just to name a few of our top programs, our photojournalism and broadcasting is number 3 in the world. We have our own PBS station that's here on campus. We have an NPR station that's here. So we have a lot of great programs when it comes to broadcasting. So if that's something that you want to do, is like journalism, broadcasting field, WKU definitely needs to be a school that's on your top list. We also have our business school, the Gordon Ford College of Business. It's in the top 20 in the nation. So if you're interested in starting your own company, so entrepreneurship or accounting, anything like that that's in the business field, WKU would also be a really good option for you. Nursing is one of our top programs. We're one of the top schools in the state of Kentucky for education. So if you're interested in being a teacher, it's really important because in the past few years, we changed our education requirements. So in the past, students would go through the program and then they would have to student teach their senior year of college, so like their last year. But then we recently changed that so that students, once they come and they declare education as a major, you do have to student teach your second semester of your first year. This is important because you really want to make sure you get in the classroom and you figure out what you want to do. Figure out, if education is what you want to do, so that you don't go all the way through the program and you decide, oh, I think I would be, you would just enjoy another career path and then it'd be too late. So it's really great that you kind of get that hands-on classroom experience beforehand so that you can make sure that it's really what you want to do. WKU has over 350 student organizations. So any other college student, any admissions counselor will tell you how important getting involved is on campus. It's just as important as staying organized, going to class, things like that. You really want to make sure that you're finding your community and just getting involved, meeting new people, trying new things like that. So we have a ton of organizations and clubs. I'll mention a couple in the coming slides. So, but yeah, so no matter where you end up, you want to make sure that you're getting involved on campus right away. WKU has a ton of academic resources, but I'll just list a few here. So we do offer free tutoring. We have departmental help centers. So each one of our academic colleges has its own help center, which is really great. And then we also offer career services. Career services is great for those students who, if you were like me once upon a time and you didn't know what you wanted to study. So if you're undecided, career services is great for that. Or if you do know the major or the area that you want to go into, but you don't exactly know what job you want to do, career services is helpful with that as well. And then our Career Services Center, they also help with resume writing and interview skills, which is really important, when it's time to get a job. Okay, so WKU is home of the MAHURIN Honors College. Our Honors College does have an additional application and some other requirements that are needed in order to apply and be accepted. So the deadline for it comes much sooner. So you have to be admitted to WKU first. And then the deadline to apply for the Honors College is December 1st. So it's coming up pretty soon. But we do take a holistic approach when we're reviewing your application for the Honors College. I always tell students, think of it as like advanced and AP classes in high school, but just on the college level. So the coursework is a lot more rigorous. The class sizes are a little bit smaller, but if you are up for that challenge and that's something that you want for yourself, just to get a little bit more out of your educational experience, then I recommend applying for the Honors College. So the things that we look at, obviously, number one, we look at your academic quality. We want to see how strong of a student you are. So we're going to look at your transcripts. If you do have an ACT or SAT score, we will look at that as well. The strength of your writing samples. This is honestly the best time for students to shine because, you can only tell so much from a student looking at their grades and things like that. But when we see how creative you are and how well you're able to tell stories and just flesh out ideas, things like that, that's really what we want to see. And then we also look at your level of involvement. So how involved you may be in school or in your community. And keep in mind that these things will kind of balance each other out. So if you are a strong academic student and you're only involved in one extracurricular club, we're going to take note of that because we know that you spent a lot of your time, focusing on your studies, and you may not necessarily have had the freedom to be able to join so many clubs. So, we're going to be really understanding, and we're just going to look at who you are as a person, as a whole, and then we're going to go from there. So, like I said, if you are interested in a bit more of an academic challenge, consider applying for the MAHURIN Honors College. Okay, so for housing, we do require that all first and second year students live on campus, and that is regardless of how many college credits you've earned prior to coming to WKU. So I know these days a lot of high school students are taking college classes and, you're graduating with more college credits, when you're coming out of high school, but we do still require that you live on campus for 2 years. All of our residence halls have experienced multi-million-dollar renovations. And right now we're in the process of building our freshman village. So we're renovating an area on campus that is specific to first year students. It will be open fall 2021. So if you're interested in coming to WKU, you'll most likely be in one of our newer residence halls, which is, That's a huge plus. Everyone wants the newest building to stay in. We offer a variety of living styles. So when I say style, I'm just referring to the way the bathroom is set up. So typically, you know, your first year, you will be in a community style bathroom, community style residence hall where the bathrooms on the floor are shared, but they are very clean. They're very private. We have our cleaning staff come in every single day to clean up. You know, they clean the bathrooms. Unfortunately, they can't clean your rooms. You got to do that yourself, but they will come in and clean those shared common spaces for you. And then after your first year, you can upgrade to apartment style, hotel style, suite style, things like that. We offer living learning programs. So these are programs that you can opt into if you are a part of a community or like a specific organization or something like that. So typically our living learning program students, if you are in that program, you're going to live in the same building as everyone else in your LLP and also live on the same floor with everyone else as well. So currently, we offer quite a few of them, but we offer them for our LGBTQ plus students, ROTC, IACAC Academy, which is a program for our minority students. So just a transition program to help students transition to WKU if you are a traditional minority student. And then our priority housing deadline for the housing application is March 31st. And I did say priority, that doesn't mean that it's the final deadline, but if you know that WKU is where you want to attend school or pursue higher education, then we highly recommend that you get your application in by March 31st. Okay, so for dining, WKU currently has over 26 restaurants on campus. We do require that every student that stays on campus participate in one of our meal plans. Meal plans are honestly the easiest way to eat and just get food on campus. So this is why we require this option. Well, this is why we require this for students, just for convenience. So here on the screen, there is a layout of our entire main campus. So as you can see, it's not really spread out throughout the city or anything like that. Like everything is together. You can pretty much get anywhere on campus by foot within about 10 to 15 minutes. But we also do have a shuttle that goes around the entire campus. Like I think the shuttles run like every 6 to 8 minutes, and we have several lines. So they'll go downtown, they'll take you to some off-campus sites, a few select off-campus sites. I just wanted to point that out. And also we're called the Hilltoppers. So I know that the picture looks like it's flat, but we're actually built on a hill. But as you can see, our restaurants are located all over campus. So no matter where you are, if you're near your residence hall, or if you're, going up the hill to your class building, we have food that's spread out all over campus so that it's easy and accessible for you. So as you can see, we have a good, tons of great options. We have Subway, Chick-fil-A, Papa John's. We have Steak and Shake. We do have a Starbucks. We have Einstein Brothers. That's another bagel and coffee place on campus. And even if you're vegan, vegetarian, or gluten-free, we do have options for you as well. So, we want to make sure that everyone who is included, with just dietary restrictions or allergies or things like that, we have you taken care of. Okay, so study abroad is probably one of my favorite things to talk about because I really think that any student who can do this, I really encourage you to do so. So if you're not already thinking about doing this, as you pursue higher education, please start thinking about it now. WKU is ranked 14th in the nation for our study abroad program because we send students to over 42 countries every single year. We have a center on campus that is dedicated completely to helping students find programs that fit them and also finding funding. So, scholarships, fundraising, things like that. And so I always tell students, like, if you're not already thinking about it, go ahead and start. And then once you come to campus, it's really important to go ahead and let your advisor know right away that you're interested in study abroad, because there may be some classes that you can hold off on taking, your first semester of your freshman year and take it in another country somewhere. I studied abroad. I loved it. I had the best experience ever. I wish I could have done it twice because I did it my senior year, but I definitely encourage you to do that. Like I said, if this is something you are interested in, WKU is a great option for this as well. Okay, so moving on to athletics. We currently have over 50 intramural and club sports. So if you are athletic or you play sports right now and you know that you probably aren't going to play at the college level, intramurals are a really great way to still stay active and still get involved on campus. So we have a ton of different teams. You can create your own team. You know, some of our teams, for example, like our intramural soccer teams, they compete, they travel, they play against other schools, because we don't have a official university soccer team, but our intramural soccer team kind of supplements that. So that's something to think about as well. As far as our official athletics, we are NCAA Division I, and we're part of Conference USA. We have a lot of school spirit because of athletics. This weekend is actually homecoming, so it's kind of been a fun week. We've done some spirit things just because it's much different this year, just because a lot of things have gone virtual, but you know, we're making the best of it. And so we do allow all students to get into the home games for free. So football, basketball, track meets, things like that, they will be free for you as a student if you come to WKU. Okay, so just a few other opportunities to name. WKU does have Greek life. About 25% of our students are a part of fraternities or sororities. And this does include our historically Black Greek organization. So we do have all 9 of the Divine 9 National Panhellenic fraternities and sororities. We do offer religious clubs and campus ministry. So, you know, you're free to practice your faith, however you choose to express that. We also have a 24-hour computer lab, which is really, really great because even if you do have a laptop, like, you know, for example, I had a computer in college, but I would still go to the 24-hour computer lab because the free printing is there. You know, sometimes it's just good to go in a space where you're not by yourself and, you know, you can kind of be held accountable that way to get your work done. And then we also have free access to our fitness facilities. So the Preston Center is probably our biggest fitness facility on campus. Is really popular. It has 6 basketball courts, a walking track, and half an Olympic-sized pool. And they also offer free workout classes every single week. So the schedule changes a little bit every day, but they offer those free classes for students. And then we also offer all student parking. So you are allowed to bring a car your first year. You don't necessarily need it. Like I said, everything on campus is within walking distance, and we also have the shuttle. But if you do choose to do that, to bring a car, then you can do that. Okay, so I just want to talk quickly about our Intercultural Student Engagement Center. This is referred to as IACAC. So this is, like I mentioned, like part of the living learning programs. This is something that is specific for our minority students, so traditionally minority students. So Black students, Hispanic, Latinx, Asian Pacific Islander. So IACAC promotes an inclusive campus environment for the many cultural, religious, spiritual, and identity groups that are on campus. So IACAC is kind of broken down into a few parts. So we do have IACAC the Center. So that's an area on campus where all students can use. You know, IACAC does not exclude whatsoever, but there's a study lounge there, there's a kitchen, there's some computers, things like that. So it's just a really great area for students to go into and get some work done, hang out, things like that. And then as far as the center goes, the WKU Pride Center for LGBTQ plus students, that is also housed under IACAC. And so IACAC as a whole, they assist the university with recruitment, retention, and the graduation rates of students of color. The center on campus has been really successful. Over the past couple of years, we've increased our minority retention by about 75%. So typically when I'm out on the road, you know, pre-COVID days, you know, it's really important that URM students find someone on campus that they can connect with, and you know, just find their community as well, because, you know, sometimes we talk about safety as far as what you know, having a police force on campus and, you know, making sure that things are well lit at night and things like that. But sometimes safety can just refer to, is there going to be somebody there who looks like me, and also can relate to the experiences that I'm going through. So we do have a place for you at WKU. I was a student here, so I can speak to that, you know, if I need to. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. And we also have IACAC Academy. So it's broken into 4 parts. So if you are part of the academy, like I said, all students can use the center. But if you're a part of the academy, it's pretty much like a 4-year program. So your first year, you're going to work on transitioning to WKU. Your second year, you're going to work on engagement. So getting involved on campus, finding something to be a part of. Third year, you're going to work on internships and things like that, and also some career things. So working with the Career Services Center. And then also your 4th year, you're going to work on graduation and beyond. So just finding jobs, things like that. So the Intercultural Student Engagement Center is a wonderful part of campus. And then I just wanted to add that. Like I said, if you have any questions about that, just feel free to let me know. Moving on to scholarships. Our merit awards, so this chart here is pretty straightforward. So what you see on the screen is pretty much what you get, not in general, but for merit awards. So if you have a 3.0 unweighted GPA, you will receive a merit award for WKU. There's really no gray area, there's no fine print or anything like that. You will receive a scholarship from WKU, okay? So wherever you fall on this chart, that's what you're gonna receive every single year. These scholarships are renewable for up to 4 years as long as you maintain a 3.0 GPA, which is very doable. Like I said, we have free tutoring, we have departmental help centers, it's all very doable. And this is also upgradable through your high school graduation. So if you are, for example, if you're a student who has a 2.9 and you know you're gonna have a 3.0, once you submit your updated transcript, we will honor that scholarship for you. Or if you have a 3.2 and you know that your GPA is going to go up to a 3.3, we will increase your scholarship by $500. So like I said, we will honor that. And this scholarship is renewable. There's no extra paperwork or anything that you need to fill out for this. This is just based on your GPA. We also have the Border State Scholarship Program. This is brand new. So this applies to all of our Illinois students. So you will receive an in-state tuition rate no matter what, just because you live in and or go to school in the state of Illinois. This rate goes to all of the 7 states that border Kentucky. So you must be enrolled as a full-time student at WKU in order to receive the in-state tuition. And this can apply to transfer students as well. So, you know, if you are thinking about going to school out of state and cost is a concern for you, this is definitely a good option. Okay, so we do offer the Cherry Presidential Scholarship as well. So pretty much all the scholarships that I'm talking about are stackable. This is also stackable on top of any financial aid that you get from FAFSA or anything like that, or any school scholarships that you receive or community scholarships. You can stack all of those on top of each other for the cost of attendance at WKU. So the highest amount that we give out is for our Cherry Presidential Scholarship. This one, the requirements are a little bit higher. So as you can see, there's a 3.8 GPA requirement and a 31 on the ACT. So the firm deadline of this is December the 1st. So if you are a strong academic student, we definitely want to recognize that. So this is where the Cherry Presidential Scholarship comes into play. And so we do have finalists and recipients. So unlike some of the other scholarships, there is an interview process that comes along with this, but if you get asked to interview, then you're considered a finalist and we'll still give you a scholarship. And then if you receive the Cherry Presidential Scholarship, you will also receive the scholarship, but it's just a little bit higher than the finalist category. So you have to be admitted to WKU first in order to complete this, and the scholarship, the application is open now for this. Okay, so the last part of scholarships that I want to talk about is our top dollar scholarship. Like I said, we're called the Hilltoppers because we're on a hill, so anything that you see it kind of says top on it. But top dollar is our main scholarship portal. There are over 1,200 scholarships that are on this website. And so, no, we don't make you click through that many. You only have to fill out one application, and then based on the information that you provide, we'll match you up with additional scholarships that you can apply for. So a lot of these scholarships have more to do with like your major, where you're from, what you want to study, things like that. So these are like department scholarships. A lot of our alumni give these scholarships out. So this is just an additional way to earn some more money to come to WKU. And the great thing about this is that you can apply for these every single year. So like with our merit awards, those are only for our incoming students, so like our first-time freshmen. But with the top dollar scholarships, you can apply for these every single year. And then as you know, characteristics change, so you know, if you switch your major or anything like that and you qualify for more money, then we'll award that as well. Okay, so like I said, the application is open now. It is fairly simple. It's pretty straightforward. There's no trick questions or anything like that. So we ask that you complete the application online. WKU is not on the Common App. I just wanted to go ahead and point that out because I get asked that question quite a bit. So when you complete your application online, it should only take you about 15 to 20 minutes. Like I said, it's straightforward. It's just information about yourself, your emergency contact, what you want to study, things like that. And then next, we'll need your transcript and your final transcript. So we'll need these at 2 different times, but they both need to be an official copy of your transcript. So, you know, typically coming from your counselor, or if you use Parchment or Naviance or anything like that, we accept those from there as well. The main difference between your transcript and your final transcript is that the first one that you send, your grades and everything are still going to be in progress. your final high school transcript will have your graduation date on it and then your completed grades. So you send the first one while you're applying to WKU and then the second one after you've already graduated from high school. We do have a $45 application fee that is due in order to process your application, but we also offer fee waivers that are need-based. So if you have free and reduced lunch, if you have received an ACT or an SAT fee waiver in the past, then we will accept that as well and you won't have to pay the fee. There are no essays or letters of recommendation in order to apply to WKU. So this is, something that may make you happy. And then we are test optional for fall 2021. Most schools are at this point, but please keep in mind that if your GPA is between a 2.0 and a 2.49, we will need an ACT or an SAT score. This is something that has been part of WKU for the last couple of years because we do need to see that your test score balanced out your GPA. So we do have an online calculator that you can look at just to make sure that you are eligible for admission. And typically students who have a 2.5 or above, you're eligible for admission at WKU. If you are interested in visiting WKU in person and just seeing our campus, it's really pretty. I know a lot of schools say that, but we genuinely have a really pretty campus. And it's fall, so all the trees and stuff are turning colors. It's really pretty here. It's my favorite time of year. We are currently offering some daily campus tours. We post these every 2 weeks. So our next set of tours will go up on next Monday. So you'll see those dates if there are none open right now. But yeah, we are offering campus tours. We have no more than 20 just because of COVID regulations and things like that. So if you want to take a tour, do that. And then we also are offering honors VIP tours. So if you are interested in the Honors College and learning more about that program and what that experience is like, you can take an honors VIP tour. And then we also have some additional admissions events. So I know, if you're watching this or if you're attending today, then, this is part of an admission event, but we also have some things like Head for the Hill that are coming up. So that's our big open house where you can hear from all of our academic departments, student organizations, and things like that. So if you are interested in learning more about WKU, make sure you take a picture of this screen, and then you can go to any of these websites for more information. That brings me to the end of my presentation. Again, my name is Kayla. I work for the Office of Admissions at WKU. Here's my email that's listed here on the screen. So it's just my first name, kayla.lofton@wku.edu. And then if you want to look at my Twitter every now and then, I just usually try to post updates and things like that that are going on with like admissions, campus events, things that we have going on in the community. You can follow me there. It's @KaylaOnTheHill. And then here is the admissions phone number. So if you have any questions about, just the application process or even about scholarships, you can always call us on the admissions line because, it's quicker to get in touch with people that way. So that is 270-475-2551.
I'm not seeing any questions tonight. I actually have a question. Is it okay if I ask?
Yeah, sure.
Awesome. The Honors College, and I think especially because I know time's a little shorter because they have to be admitted, right? Mm-hmm. So do they actually, every school's a little different on the Honors College. So I just try to get this information out and clear for students. Once they submit the application, I know usually they get like access to a portal where they can check their status and they have like login information. Is that what they need to start the Honors College application? Or do they get invited to apply for it? How does that work exactly?
Yes, so typically we reach out to the students. So we somewhat give we give a timeline. So the application for the Honors College is due December the 1st. And then we start doing interviews for Honors College, typically the following spring. So it doesn't take too long, but we usually have all of the Honors College decisions out by February. So we contact all of the students. So there's not really a way for them to go in and look at their Honors College application. They can do that for the general application and check on the status. But typically for the Honors College, we inform the students ourselves.
Okay, but I guess I'm a little confused. So I'm confusing you is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, no, it's okay.
So how do they access the Honors College application to apply by December 1st? Do they have to wait until they get the letter of admission, or is it like do they just need I've just seen a couple of Honors Colleges where they can apply once they have like a login to check on the regular admission portal.
Yes.
And that's how they start the honors college application, but other schools, it's different. So I just wasn't sure, how do they access the honors college application?
Yeah, so honestly, just like you just said, so our turnaround time for our general application is pretty quick. So once we have everything on file, so like the student's online application, the fee or the fee waiver, and their transcripts, usually within about a week or so, they'll hear back from us. So they'll get that welcome email and also something in the mail that says welcome to WKU, but you'll get all of your login information. So like your student ID number, and then we also have something called like the net ID. We know we have a ton of different like logins and things like that.
Yeah, everybody does.
Yeah. So we'll send that to students in the email, and then from there they can log in and submit honors essays and the application from there.
Okay, good, great. That's awesome. I could see some kids watching this and being like, ooh, honors college, December 1st. How do I do that? You know?
Right. Yes.
So that's really good.
Yeah. So if you are watching this and you're kind of concerned, like I said, please keep in mind that our turnaround time is pretty quick as far as like getting you admitted. As long as we have everything on file, we can make that admissions decision. We don't have you waiting for months and months or anything like that for a letter. So yeah, once you have your application, the fee or the fee waiver, and your official transcript, then you should hear back from us within about 5 to 7 business days.
Awesome. All right, that was really good and very thorough. I enjoyed it very much. I took lots of notes.
Thank you. Sorry, I know I'm going to talk a little fast, so I'm really sorry.
Oh, no, it was perfectly clear. Don't worry, you did great.
Thank you.
All right, well, I mean, it's 3:00, so we're pretty much done. There are no questions, unless I was trying to think, is there anything else I didn't think of? But I knew that honors college was going to be a big one, especially, I love that our kids can get in-state tuition. That's amazing.
Yes.
I actually did not know that.
And it's actually even better than what it was, because we still have our tuition incentive program. So like the tuition incentive program is like a discounted rate that we would offer Illinois students, and it wasn't for the entire state. So it would just be for like certain areas. It's, definitely Chicago area, like areas where we knew we would get students from. But now we literally just offer in-state to every single student, every single city, county in the state of Illinois. So it's not selective or anything like that. So, they get the Kentucky rate. It's not a discounted rate or anything like that. So you just get the tuition rate, which is great, because that's when you can start to apply any financial aid that you receive, any university scholarships that you receive, any scholarships that you've earned, like I said, from your church or community or anything like that. And it definitely helps to cut the cost of attendance down.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's super exciting. I definitely made a note of that, because
yay.
We're always looking, especially right now, things are challenging for a lot of people, and, trying to find, good options that they hope they will be affordable. And
yes,
I will say, it does look beautiful.
It honestly is. It really, and I know everyone says that about their campus, but in the spring, like, I don't know if you can see right here on the screen, so in the bottom left, the cherry blossom trees.
That's exactly what I was looking at. I'm like, oh my God, that looks gorgeous.
It's so nice. And like, even when they start to like shed a little bit, and like if it's like a windy day and the wind is blowing through, it looks like it's snowing. So because all the leaves are falling. But campus is really pretty. Typically, that's why we always want to encourage students to come and take a tour, because I can only say so much from behind the screen or anything like that. But once you see the campus and you really feel that connection and you feel like it can be your home away from home, that's really important. And then, just quick disclaimer. So like I was mentioning, so students, if you do want to attend like a WKU admissions event, we have like Discover events. So like Discover WKU, those are listed on the website that I had mentioned, like the admissions event websites. If you participate in one of these events and you are a senior, you can be entered for a drawing to win one of our VIP tours. So that does include stay at the Hyatt. So we have a Hyatt hotel that's on campus. You can bring up to 3 guests, and it does include lunch for you and your guests. So you 3 guests, an overnight stay at the Hyatt, and then your food is paid for. So definitely, if that gives you any nudge to attend one of our admissions events, I think that's a really good incentive to do so.
Definitely an incentive, I would say.
Yeah, we love having people at the campus.
Absolutely. Yeah, people are definitely wanting to get out and see campuses, and all the weather is still good. I know even if there aren't a lot of formal tours, a lot of people can go walk around and check things out, as long as they're keeping their distance and wearing their masks and being
right. Yes. Yeah, and we, you know, even if
Well, thank
we
you
don't
so
have one,
much.
we'll
I
bring
really
it,
appreciate
you know.
this.
Mhm.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, well, you guys, let me just do a really quick wrap up thing. Oh, hold on, I can't. Can you unshare your screen?
Oh, sure.
Sorry, it's not letting me. Usually it lets me just
Oh, here we go.
write out. I don't know,
There
it
we
wouldn't let me do it. It was kind
It's
of
okay.
funny. Hold on one sec. Just a quick wrap up reminders for anyone who watches this later. There we go. There are more sessions, just as a reminder, and if you're watching this on the website, then you already know that. This recordings, all the sessions are available at IACAC.org, but I just want to give it one more plug because, you know, can't hurt, right? All right. Thanks again. It was so nice meeting you, and go Big Red.
Thanks, Amy.
All right, take care.
You too. Bye-bye.